going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to a new video. It's your boy JNark, aka Chris World. Today we are rebuilding the Washington football team, and I'm going to show you guys what they look like offensively. When I made the last video, I just thought, why not do the Washington football team, because they look like they have a pretty solid team, and I want to see how they perform. And so this is what the team looks like. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm not expecting too much out of them. Yeah, not too bad of a team. The D-line is obviously pretty great, but yeah, the D-line's pretty nice. Corners are pretty solid too. Safeties are pretty good. So we know we need a quarterback. We could obviously trade for someone, but let me see if there's a quarterback we could trade for. Let's see. That would be worth trading for, obviously. Or we'll just rock with Ryan Fitz. See how that goes. Obviously, he'll be fine, but let's just see if there's anyone available. Could go for Jimmy G, trade for Jimmy G, but we have Ryan Fitz, so I feel like Ryan Fitz could perform pretty well for us. So I'm gonna let Ryan Fitz stick with us for now, and could also go with Cam Newton too. Trade for Cam Newton. Trade for Cam Newton wouldn't be too bad. Give them a third for Cam. Okay, so no, they're not looking for that. Cam Newton would be an interesting move that they would do, but it's not looking like anyone's available. So we're gonna stick with that crew, and so we're gonna sim to the playoffs and see if what we're looking like. So we did make the playoffs. We ended up going 7-9, not too bad. We lost to the Eagles, who went 3-13. So defense, or the team went 7-9, the offense 79, defense was 85. Our offense was 29th, so obviously that's gonna have to change. Our defense was 3rd in the NFL, so that's pretty good. Ryan Fitz, 25 touchdowns, 11 picks. Antonio Gibson had a pretty good first year. Same with J.D. McKissick. Adam Humphries led the team in receiving yards. Very surprising. Defense was top 3, so had a good amount of sacks, but I guess they just got a lot of tackle for losses, got a lot of stops, so that's pretty nice. So let's send to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is Chiefs-Packers. Let's see who takes that one. Packers end up losing 42-28. Dorian Daniel won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes also won NFL MVP. And Jameis Winston won Offensive Player of the Year, so that's pretty cool. We have 5 players ready to negotiate with. We got Brandon Scherf, our starting right guard. He wants 3 years, 39 mil. I think we'll give it to him because he's pretty solid, so we'll give that to him for sure. We also have Chase Roulier, who wants a 2-year deal. He's pretty solid center, so we'll give it to him. We also have Kyle Allen, Rick Leonard, and Josh Harvey Clemens. Kyle Allen wants a pretty interesting deal, so we're just going to let him go. Probably get some better contract elsewhere. So let's see what's available in free agents, as in quarterbacks, because Fitz is now 70. There's not really any good quarterbacks available, so we're going to probably have to draft someone for sure. We could also sign a tight end too. See what's available at the tight end position. So Logan Thomas is already 30. There's nothing really good there at the tight end position, so I guess we're gonna have to rebuild in the draft. So we have the 8th pick in the draft, so let's see what we can get here. So with the 8th pick in the draft, with the players available, quarterback, they have a kid named Alex Drescher, mid-first rounder, strong arm, went to college in Washington, and he's looking like the best prospect here. We can also look at the offensive line, see if there's anything we need to upgrade. We have Charles Leonard Jr., who's a 78 overall. He's 29, he's pretty solid, so we'll keep him around. We need a right tackle for sure too, but we have a 2nd round pick, so let's just see if that's the smart move here. But I think we're going to go with the quarterback, Alex Drescher. I'm going to go with him. He's a 73 overall. He's going to be our starter off rip, so I'm not even worried about that. Let's go to our next pick. So we're in the 2nd round now. A middle linebacker, Dennis Goodwin. Wouldn't be too bad. A right tackle. We do need a right tackle for sure, but we could wait till the 3rd round for Tyrus Redmond. So hopefully we could get him. Tight end, there's nothing good available there. There's a good solid running back, but we're not really too interested in that position right now. Safeties, they have a kid named Henry Pace, who looks pretty solid. He's a run support safety, so it doesn't look too bad. Middle linebacker, we have a kid named Dennis Goodwin. I think I'm going to go Dennis Goodwin here. 72 overall, looks pretty solid. He's going to be a new starter for us. Hopefully we get that right tackle down in the 3rd round. We'll be looking pretty good if we could pick him up. Oh, he got selected. Damn. Okay. So got a 1st round corner here in Brian Rossum, who's sitting here. Don't have any safeties left. Outside linebackers, nothing of my interest. So I guess we'll go with the corner, Brian Rossum. We'll pick him up just for depth, and then we're gonna sim through the end of this draft. Now, if we take a look at the draft recap, we end up getting a tight end, a receiver, another tight end, a center, and a receiver. So we just short up a lot in the skill position for sure. I think we're gonna move on from Ryan Fitz just because it only makes sense. And Tyler Henneke is on a contract with us, so Tyler Henneke will be the backup. Ryan Fitz, we're gonna let you go. It's been great having you. Running back situation is pretty solid. Receivers are pretty good too. We have a bunch of guys in the 70s for sure. So we have a lot of players to work with here. Tight end, we do need a tight end for sure. Offensive line is pretty set, I'd say. We do need a right tackle, I'll say that for sure. D tackles are pretty good. I think we'll trade away Tim Settle. We could trade away Tim Settle for release John Bostic, who I forgot was here. Release John Bostic. Jamin Davis will start at the right outside. Corners are good too. So we're gonna have to trade away. Yeah, we're gonna have to trade away Tim Settle. Yeah, so Tim Settle for a right tackle is probably gonna be the best bet. Even though he's a pretty high overall, so maybe the Packers will be interested. I know they have some tackles for sure. They're yellow, but they don't have right tackle from the looks of it. Just looking for a right tackle, they don't. That's annoying. Do they have a tight end? They got Sternberger. Not who we want though. If any team is interested in Settle. Okay, so let's look at the Buccaneers, see what tackles or right ends they got. They got Tristan Wirfs, who's not going anywhere. Nice. They got Robert Hunt and DJ Fluker, Caleb McGarry, Mike McGlinchey, Rick Wagner, Jawan Taylor, Morgan Moses, Taylor Decker, Billy Turner, Taylor Moten, Trent Brown, Alex Leatherwood, Ben Powers, but he's only a 70, so that sucks. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone that I'd want to pick up here. And Tyler Crosby just got signed over there, so he's not going to move, of course. Maybe obviously Brian Bulaga would go through. Eagles are somewhat interested. Depends how old Lane Johnson is. He's 31. I doubt this would go through. Seahawks don't have a right tackle, I know that. Got the Bucks, they just have Tristan Wirfs though. Eagles just have Lane Johnson. So there's nothing really there that we can get. So we're gonna try for a tight end now. See if that goes for anything. Got the Seahawks, see what they got at tight end. Will Disley, Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett fits the scheme. Maybe we could get him. Cool, it's close. So we're gonna throw in Tim Settle and our 7th for Gerald Everett. Trade offer was accepted, so we get our future tight end. Perfect. And then now we do that. We can maybe move Logan Thomas. If not, we'll just keep him around, of course. So Logan Thomas hasn't attracted anything, so that's fine. We're just gonna sign a free agent tight end or free agent right tackle to be exact. We got Bobby Massey here, pretty solid. We'll pick him up. He'll show up our right side to get that starting position. And then the team should be pretty set moving forward. I mean, this is the offensive line, not too bad. Tight end got Gerald Everett. Receivers are pretty good. We got a new kid in Drescher, Alex Drescher. And then defense is pretty solid too. So let's see how they perform. So we did make the playoffs again. We ended up going 7-9. Eagles went 2-14. So the Eagles are just suffering bad. But we went 7-9 again. Montez Sweat unlocked a new ability: 84 offense, 85 defense. Alex Drescher in his first year starter. Our offense was the worst. 27 touchdowns, 9 picks. Not too bad for the rookie. 851 rushing yards for Antonio Gibson. Not too bad. Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel were pretty good with their yards. Defense, William Jackson had 4 picks. Chase Young had 10 sacks. Not too bad. Not too bad for the defense, but our offense was the worst. And our defense was 17th, so not too bad. Hey, Rams versus Chargers. That's pretty nice. Alex Drescher gets an upgrade, so now he's a 77. Looks like he probably got Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Chargers end up winning Super Bowl. Justin Herbert won Super Bowl MVP. Alex Drescher won Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's perfect. We have 15 players ready to negotiate. It's going to be all defense for sure. So we got Jonathan Allen. We're going to have to re-sign him. Boom. Deron Payne. Going to have to re-sign him too. Boom. Perfect. Charles Leno Jr., starting left tackle. Wants a 1-year, $9 million deal. I'm going to give him $10 million. He's going to test free agency, a franchise tag. We can't get him back. We got Dustin Hopkins, our kicker. We're going to re-sign him. J.D. McKissick, we're going to let walk. Greg Stroman, we're letting walk. The rest of these guys, though, Troy Apke, I'm going to keep him because he's pretty fast. I remember him being really fast. Okay, so the rest of these guys are going to let go. So we're going to have to rebuild a lot during the draft, which is okay with me. So into the next stage of free agency. We have $34 million available. Von Miller is a free agent. He'd be perfect for our team, but giving him a deal shouldn't be necessary for us to do right now. And running back, we just have Antonio Gibson. So I'm gonna sign just to have a backup. We're gonna sign Trey Sermon. Give Trey Sermon backup money. Receivers are good. Terry McLaurin's at 95. We need a number 2. A good number 2 could be like Jacob Hollister for sure. And then left tackle, we don't have anyone. We just have Sadiq Charles. Hopefully we could draft someone. Left guard is good. Center is good. Right guard is good. Right tackle, we don't have anyone either. So we're just gonna have to sign someone like just so we have a backup. We're gonna just sign Brandon Shell just to be a backup just in case. Left end is good. D tackles are good. Right end is good. We have Chase Young, who's a beast, and we'll sign someone like Arden Key to back him up. And then left side is good. Middle is good. We need a second middle linebacker. I'm gonna go with Kevin Pierre-Louis. He should be pretty solid. He'll fit our scheme perfectly. Jamin Davis is there. Cornerbacks are good too. Safety, I'm okay with right now. Kicker is good. Punter is good. So that's what that's looking like. So let's see how that looks like. So Trey Sermon, Kevin Pierce. So basically we got everyone we just went after, and so we're gonna rebuild. Obviously in the draft, we got some 5th-year options to pick up. We got to pick up Montez Sweat. So we picked up Montez Sweat, and then let's go to next week. All right, let's start drafting. So we have the 12th pick in the draft this year. Eagles got the first again. Eagles are just trying to get the ball rolling, trying to get things right. Right tackle. There's only two second-round right tackles. They got Isaiah Buckhalter and Cole Meredith. There's no left tackles either, so something to keep in mind. We have Antoine Gilchrist, right guard Jared Dempsey, who's a mid-first rounder. I think we're gonna pick him up, 74 overall. He'll be a good backup to have just in case Brandon Scherf is gone. And second round, if those right tackles are still available, we'll be in big business here. Right tackle, they're both gone again. We keep losing out on those positions. That's so annoying. actually gets so annoying that we've missed on the right tackle position multiple times now. I guess we'll draft a running back. We'll draft Chris Michaels, 76 overall, not too bad. And we're gonna sim to the end of the draft. Draft recap. We got a lot of good players, of course. A lot of depth for the team, pretty solid. So we're still lacking at that right tackle position. Might have to end up trading for a left tackle and move him to right because, yeah, let's see what's available first and foremost, of course. Right tackle is Rick Wagner, so older guys. So maybe we can trade a pick. We'll just trade a pick for yeah, let's see what we could do. Trade a pick for a right tackle. We don't have a left tackle either. It just hit me. So we're gonna need both those positions. Fantastic. Wes Schweitzer. See if he has any value anywhere. He does not. Okay, so we're gonna have to go the route of like draft picks to try to get like offensive tackles. Yeah, we can name Jonah Williams. A third for Jonah Williams. Significantly more value. How about a second? All right, so we just got a new left tackle. Now we need a right tackle. Perfect. We need a right tackle for our boy Alex Drescher in his second year as starter. See if any teams have someone. They got a kid named Tyrus Redmond, and they have Landon Collins. Let's see, I would go with that position. I just want to see if there's any other teams that have a higher overall right tackle, possibly that's a backup, and then see if that works. If not, we'll just go with him. I have no problem going with that right tackle, so I guess that's what we'll do. It's a little bit too high for me though, so we could obviously go lower, give them like a fifth straight up for Tyrus Redmond. He said needs a bit more value. I think a 4 would be pretty solid. Boom. So we get the right tackle position sorted, and we get a left tackle. So we have Jonah Williams now, who's gonna be shoring up the left side. We also have Redmond, who's gonna be shoring up the right side. Not too bad. And the running backs are pretty solid. Alex Drescher in his second year starter. Receivers are pretty good. And the defense, when it couldn't look any better. So we're looking pretty solid here. Corners are looking pretty good. So let's see how we do in this third year of this, going 8-8. We're facing the 12-4 Packers in the first round. So facing the Packers is something serious. We went 8-8, third in our division. Second seed was Giants, who went 8-8. And first seed was Eagles, who went 10-6. And so we made the playoffs, which was pretty good. Our offense is 26 in NFL, but Alex Drescher was 12th in passing TDs. Our defense was 14th. 32 touchdowns, 13 picks for Alex Drescher, not too bad. Rushing attack wasn't too bad either. Terry McLaurin had 13 touchdown catches, so that's pretty solid. Defense, Chase Young had 10.5 sacks, Montez Sweat at 6. And we got a great amount of interceptions throughout the team, so that's pretty good. So made the playoffs, going 8-8, facing the Packers. We actually ended up winning 13-10. So that's actually pretty surprising. That's Alex Drescher's first time making it to the playoffs. And now we're facing the 12-4 Cardinals. And we actually took a dub, 32-14. So we're facing our division rivals in the Eagles, who are 10-6. We have an 87 offense and 88 defense. And Alex Drescher's an 80 now. Receivers are looking pretty good. We actually don't have Gerald Everett, who's injured. He has an abdominal tear. He'll be back for the Super Bowl if we were to make it. And our defense is playing pretty good. Everyone's healthy, so that's good for the defensive part. So we're facing division rival Eagles. Let's see who takes it to go to the Super Bowl. So we ended up losing 20-17 in the conference championship. We beat the Packers and the Cardinals to make it. So we beat two teams that made the Pro Bowl, but we could not beat this last team. So that's pretty interesting that we went that far. Terry McLaurin was one of the receivers to make it to the Pro Bowl. Offensive line, Brandon Scherf, pretty solid. Chase Young made it. Trying to see if any of our other guys made it. Bobby McCain made it as a safety. So that's pretty cool. So we had a couple players that made it. We didn't make the Super Bowl, but let's look how we did in the postseason. Looks like we had a pretty good first outing there. So Aaron Rodgers had 1 TD, but he got sacked once. We threw 1 pick and got sacked 3 times. Rushing attack was pretty solid for our guys. Defense, Cameron Curl was the only one that got a sack. So it was very interesting that we won that game. And then against the Cardinals, Alex Rusher threw 2 touchdowns and got sacked 4 times. Kyler Murray threw 2 touchdowns, threw a pick, and got sacked twice. Our rushing attack was there. Receivers did pretty solid, I'd say. Chase Young and Deron Payne both did their thing, got some sacks too. Landon Collins got a pick. And against the Eagles, who we lost by 3-2, Jalen Hurts had a TD. So the Eagles, they went through hell. They made it to Super Bowl after having 2 sorry seasons. Taylor Heineke started playing because it looks like Alex Rusher got injured, but he did pretty solid when he came in. Defense, Jamin Davis came through, had 2 sacks, pretty solid, but not too bad. I'm feeling one more season with this team can really do it justice. So Alex Rusher has a foot fracture out for 8 weeks. Our backup left end and tore his bicep out for 8 weeks, and Jonathan Allen also has a foot fracture out for 5. So the Eagles ended up winning the Super Bowl 37-27. After 2 sorry years, they ended up winning the Super Bowl. That's pretty crazy. Aaron Rodgers won NFL MVP and all that. Our rookie, Chris Michaels, won the Offensive Rookie of the Year, so that's pretty solid. And we have 17 players ready to negotiate with. Jonah Williams is one of them, our starting left tackle. We're going to give him a solid deal. We get him back. We got Terry McLaurin. Captain McLaurin definitely deserves it. We'll pair him back up with Curtis Samuel too. He needs a solid deal, of course. We got Matthew Ioannidis, who's getting old, so we're going to let him walk in free agency. We have William Jackson, wants a 1-year deal. We'll give him that, but he wants to test free agency. We have Gerald Everett, our starting tight end. He's gonna want some money for sure. We get him back. We got Cole Holcomb, our starting left outside linebacker, who's actually progressed really nicely. So we're gonna get him back. We got Chase Roulier, our starting center. He wants a 2-year deal. I think we'll give it to him. Don't want to really look for another center right now, but he's not interested in signing. A franchise tag would be $10 million a year. Bobby McCain, Captain McCain, who made a Pro Bowl, we'll give him 1 more year. He's not interested in signing. We have Jimmy Moreland, our corner. He would like to play for a new team next year. Everyone wants to play for a new team now. Eric Flowers, our starting left guard. He's played pretty solid. We're going to give him a 2-year deal. Maybe we get him back. Dustin Hopkins, our starting kicker. We get him back too. Adam Humphries, Kevin Pierre-Louis. All these guys are going to let go. Yeah, so we're going to let those guys go. Bobby McCain wants to go too, but his franchise tag is way too much. I'm going to franchise tag Chase Roulier for sure. Matthew Ioannidis, I'm not going to give him a deal because we already have enough D tackles I like, so he's just going to be the odd man out. And then, so now let's look at the team. So we don't have a backup quarterback. Our running backs are pretty good. Our receivers are pretty solid too. Tight ends are good. Offensive line is not too bad either. And then the defense is pretty solid too. So we're looking really good. We're looking really good. And probably have to end up drafting a corner and maybe. So we have the 29th pick. So let's see if there's any defensive backs that we can draft that are still sitting there. Hopefully they are. A free safety, we have a kid named Max Anthony, early first rounder. That's perfect. That's perfect. So we're gonna get Max Anthony. He's gonna be our new starting safety. Perfect that we got him. If there's any centers available, actually, got a kid named Kevin Bordelon. Gonna draft him, 68 overall. Okay, he'll be the backup, and we're gonna send him to the end of the draft. So we take a look at the draft recap. We got a good receiver, a left outside linebacker, and we got a fullback in Martin Bawden. Pretty solid, I'd say. So we have an 84 offense, 87 defense. Looks like we're missing out a position from the looks of it. So our offensive line is good. I don't like having that fullback who's a 64. It's not really appealing to me. So we're probably gonna end up cutting him. So defense is back to being normal. Arden Key's back at the backup. We do need a third corner. So we're gonna sign a corner, a quarterback. We have a couple things to sign here. because we need a backup quarterback for sure. We got Brett Hundley. Oh, we don't even have the funds capable for this, so we're gonna sign Cole McDonald to be a backup. We need cap room. We don't have any cap room for it either. So let's see if there's any positions that we can move on from. Montez Sweat, we're not moving on from. Got Landon Collins. He's a captain, but we also have Cameron Crow's younger. So if we cut Landon Collins, honestly, we can trade Landon Collins away for who's our right tackle? Oh, we have a right tackle. We could trade away Landon Collins for a backup or for a corner, honestly. Let's see if Landon Collins has interest anywhere. Looks pretty yellow pretty much everywhere, so we're gonna just go to a team that we think will need him. We got Cameron Dantzler, Landon Collins for Cameron. They want to be able to afford him, so we got the Bengals here. Let's see what they got. Not really any players I'm interested in. Let's go to a team that has cap for sure. None of these teams have cap. The Seahawks have cap, which is really interesting. They have DJ Reed, Isaiah Oliver. Trade for Isaiah Oliver. Boom, perfect. We get the cornerback situation settled. And now we have Cameron Crow starting. And we did free up some bread, so that should help us out in the long run too. I feel like we should go for a backup D tackle. Like another, like Shy Tuttle. Shy Tuttle's not that bad. We have the backup quarterback already. I want a backup tight end too. We could sign Christopher Herndon. Then I feel like a backup strong safety wouldn't be too bad either. So we got Eric Reed, who we could sign for $750K. Perfect. So now we have the backups that I think we need, which is pretty good. So what the offense looks like. Not too bad, not too bad. And yeah, I mean, I'm liking how this team is looking. I feel like we should definitely make the playoffs this year. And yeah, let's see how these guys perform. So we ended up not making the playoffs. We ended up having our worst year yet. We went 6-10, surprisingly. We went 6-10. 83 offense, 89 defense. Offense was the worst somehow. Our defense was 13th. Alex Drescher had 19 picks this season. It's not too good. Running backs did get injured a lot. Terry McLaurin reached 1,000 yards. Defense, Chase Young had 11.5 sacks. Not that many interceptions for the defense. It's kind of weird how we kind of regressed, which is I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. Terry McLaurin's a 99 now. That's pretty solid. But we kind of still have some work to do here from the looks of it. Looks like it's still not enough. We made it all the way to the conference championship, so let's see what we can do. See who would have to re-sign. See if we have Green Bay Colts in the Super Bowl. Green Bay ends up blasting the Colts. Aaron Jones wins Super Bowl MVP. We have no one that wins any award. Okay. Resign period. We have 19 players ready to resign. Got Chase Young, right end. He's going to want a lot of money, so we're going to give him a lot of money. Kendall Fuller, starting corner. He's going to want a 1-year deal, 13 mil. We'll give that to him. But he wants to test free agency. We're not franchise tagging him either. Christopher Herndon's a solid backup tight end, so we're going to re-sign him too. Cole McDonald wants a 1-year deal. I'll give it to him. We have Brandon Scherf. I'm going to let him walk. Montez Sweat. We'll definitely keep him around too. We have Antonio Gibson, who's been pretty solid, I'd say. He's not asking for too much either, so if you'd like to play for a new team next year, might franchise tag him. Cameron Curl, starting safety, just got the starting job. We're going to re-sign him. Chase Roulier, just for one more season again. Give him like 7 mil. If you would like to play for a new team, franchise tag is way too much. Arden Key's a good, solid backup, so we're going to keep him around. Dustin Hopkins, our kicker, always wants to go somewhere. I don't know why. Jamin Davis, I think he he comes in, he makes plays now and then, so keep him around. Same with Khalid Hudson. Miles Bryant is a slot corner who's just going to help us out here, of course. We're basically re-signing all of our backups, to be honest, just to run it back, which is pretty dope. Cash Malua from Wyoming. Give him a deal. City Charles is our backup tackle. He gets it. And then we're just going to let those guys go. So we have Brandon Scherf, who's going to not be our starting right guard anymore. So we're going to have some moves to make for sure. Our offense is an 80. The offensive line is going to need a center. It's going to be missing a center and a running back too. So that's something to think about. A running back and a center is needed, and a backup free safety and a corner. Let's see what free agents are available as we have 24 million. Stephon Gilmore is here. Brandon Ayuk. Giving him a solid deal, wouldn't be too bad. Corners. Got Greg Newsome here. We could definitely sign. And then offensive line, pretty much good at that. We just need a center. We got Patrick McCarty here, who's a 78. He's a perfect scheme fit. And give him a solid deal. And let's see if those guys sign with us. See how that comes out. So we get McCarty, Ayuk, and Newsome. So we just got some new starters, pretty solid. So now we're looking pretty good. Now we got the draft here, as we did have a pretty down year. So we have the 10th pick in the draft. Now that we're here, there's also lots of receivers available. They also have running backs. They have Cole Rivers and Jonathan Hood. Tight end, we're good at that. They got a left tackle here, Ramon Johnson, who's a late first rounder. A center in Josh Nielsen. Right guard in Zach Levi, mid second rounder, not too bad. Looking at the DNs, they got a right end here, Joseph Parker. D tackle, non-existent, right outside linebacker. They have a kid named Alex Sharpton, late first rounder. Cornerbacks, they have a kid named Rashad Kirkpatrick. They also have a kid named Melvin Tuck, who's a mid first rounder. Not too bad. They also have a free safety named Will Odom, late first rounder. Okay, so I'm thinking we go running back here. We can go with Cole Rivers, 76 overall. Can't ever have enough running backs, so we do that. Now that we're in the second round, we have Melvin Tuck here. Alex Sharpton is here as well too. That right tackle Andrew Franklin is there. Daryl Boston is here too. I think I'm gonna go with that corner. I don't think that corner is too bad. Melvin Tuck is pretty solid, so we shored that up. So let's send it into the draft now. Ooh, so you see that? We went 10-6, and it looks like we were the #1 seed in the NFC, and we won our division. That's the best yet. That's literally the best we performed yet. Yeah, we were the #1 seed too. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. 83 offense, 91 defense. Offense was 31st. Okay, Alex Drescher is not the answer, but our defense was second in the NFL. Alex Drescher had 24 touchdowns, 13 picks. Not too bad of a year. Chris Michaels, running back, had 1,000 yards, 7 TDs, pretty solid. Brandon Ayuk did his thing, led the team in yards. Dennis Goodwin, our starting middle linebacker, 5 sacks and 4 picks, and led the team in tackles. Montez Sweat had 10 sacks. Chase Young had 8. Jonathan had 7.5. Ron Payne at 5, Cole Holcomb at 5. We had a good amount of interceptions for the defense. So we're looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good. So let's advance to the next week. First game is against the Panthers, who are 8-8. Obviously, every game is going to be home, so we have the best advantage here. Facing the Panthers, who probably have Sam Darnold at quarterback. This is who we're going to war with. This is what the team looks like. Pretty solid, I'd say. And defense, looking pretty solid too. Doesn't look like we're missing anyone too important. Actually, we might be. No, we're not. Doesn't look like we are. So, because it says we're missing. It says we're 52 out of 53. Let's look at the injury report. Oh, yes. Our starting corner. Torres Peck. So we're missing him, but we should be still pretty solid. So let's see how we perform against the 8-8 Panthers. Ron Rivera versus his old team. And we ended up winning that 28-14. Now we're facing the Packers again in the NFC Conference Championship. And we're home. We actually end up getting our asses whooped 42-21. This is crazy. So tight ends, receivers, none of our guys made the offensive line. None of our guys made that either. D-line. I don't think any of our guys made that. Linebackers, our boy Goodwin made it as a Pro Bowler. It's pretty solid. Corners, safeties, no one. So basically, we got our butt handed to us to the Packers. But, you know, 2 solid years. I mean, Montez Sweat tore his labrum too, so he probably would have made the Pro Bowl. But I want to see how that game went. So against the Panthers, we won 28-14. Drescher threw 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, got sacked 3 times, but Sam Darnold threw a pick and got sacked 5 times. Their rushing attack was there, but our defense was there too. Well, Jonathan Allen had 2 sacks, Deron Payne had a sack, Montez Sweat had a sack. This was pretty nice. And then Isaiah Oliver had a pick. And then against the Packers, who blasted us, Jordan Love threw 5 touchdowns and got sacked once. Drescher threw 2 touchdowns, got 1 pick, got picked off once, and got sacked 3 times. And their rushing attack killed us too. Damn. There's not really much we can do about that. And then they had Jair picked us off. So, okay. Well, I mean, not too bad. Let's see if anyone got any awards. Because not too bad of a first year. Get an upgrade for Dennis Goodwin. I think he got Defensive Player of the Year. So, we drafted a gem, which is pretty nice. So, we got Packers Browns in the Super Bowl. And the Packers ended up losing the Super Bowl 28-10. Nick Chubb won Super Bowl MVP. Dennis Goodwin won Defensive Player of the Year. So that's pretty nice. So we ended up drafting a Defensive Player of the Year middle linebacker who has been playing pretty solid for us. So that's pretty cool. But this was the Washington football team rebuild. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. As you can see, Dennis Goodwin's an 87 and he's a beast. So we already know how that goes. But hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what other teams you want to see me rebuild. It's been a pleasure doing this, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And remember, you gotta be a fiend to succeed. Peace.